What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot Ed, and today we're going to talk about the Target exclusive Studio Series and Age of Primes figures that are now for pre-order. In the slide in this video, we're going to see the Transformers Age of Primes action figure 4-pack. We're going to see the Transformers Studio Series War for Cybertron Megatron, the Transformers Studio Series War for Cybertron Optimus Prime, the Transformers Studio Series Devastation Sideswipe, and the Transformers Studio Series Devastation Wheeljack. Now, what we have here are newer pictures of the toys, and we get to see them more up close. We'll talk about these pictures here. We'll talk about mostly it's kind of lackluster for me. Don't know, I mean, I expected a little bit more from what I see. And I gotta say, what I thought I didn't like, I actually like, and what I thought I liked, I really don't like. And so, yeah, it kind of got topsy-turvy in about 24 hours, but at least we get to see these pictures up close and personal, and we finally get to see the toys and maybe get a little more acclimated with the deco. And of course, as always, we try to give you the best clarity, and I know a lot of people are going to want to. So let's go. Now, we're going to start with the packaging. I'm going to say this. I love Transformers Age of the Primes packaging. The black and gold, beautiful, man. Makes me think of black and gold NXT, right? Yeah, it does. On the back of the packaging, you can see the Ultra Magnus, the Autobot bumper, which I know everybody's like, well, it's not a monster. Well, it ain't a Volkswagen Beetle. There's Horrible, and of course, the Nemesis Prime. I dig it. I dig it. Like I said, the mold is more suited for bumper anyway, so it kind of just works. And like I said, for Bumblebee, I can use the retro, or even get my hands on the original Walmart one. Either way, I'm happy with the Bumblebee choice I made. But I have to talk about that another video. But anyway, on to next, War for Cybertron Megatron. Now, again, I only have the Flame version of the mold, which I'm not going to lie, the redeco of Flame using this mold looks fantastic. But the Megatron, I had the original one of this, that came out like in 2009. I like it. I don't know. It didn't have the removable arm thing like they did now. And I still have the Optimus Prime. It's buried deep, but I still have it. The packaging looks nice. Though I want to say, why didn't they do like a Target red thing and paint these like that color on the packaging? That would have been cool. Like they do that for Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels, they do like Target reds. They could have did something like that, because that packaging artwork I like in that style. Next is the Optimus Prime. Again, I can't tell any differences with the deco now that we have him in much clearer pictures. I would just ask, again, of those who have this version of the figure, the original one, if you see any changes or anything that is different, that you would want to pick this up. Because, if you don't have the figure right now, this might be a good opportunity to pick it up. I think it's available. We'll have links in the description as always. The TFW, which will get you to all the links all at once. I haven't made any decisions on any of the pre-orders yet, though I may go and get the 4-pack, because that's probably the one that I think I'm going to go for. But when we talk about the Sideswipe coming up next, this is one kind of hurts. So this is the Sideswipe from Devastation. This is actually Kingdom Sideswipe with, some minor details like the little, it's like hodgepodge add-on. It doesn't even look good. And the chest just looks normal. So the only little cell shading is on the windows, which you can't see it in robot mode. It's literally not much of a repaint and not enough for me to pick this up over the Sideswipe I have with Kingdom. Now, if I didn't have Kingdom Sideswipe, because I didn't want to get that set because it came, I forgot what else it came with. Then yeah, this would be good for me. But I got Kingdom Sideswipe, and I got him tricked out with a spoiler, and he's got the backpack. I'm okay. But yeah, a lot of people don't have this version of Sideswipe. I think this would be good for you, although I wish they remolded the chest. Now on to the Wheeljack. And again, this is supposed to be, very in vain to the deco in Devastation. And there's a little bit of cell shading right at the opaque window, but I'm looking at the 5-pack Wheeljack. I like him better. This one is really the worst of it to me, because all they did was just kind of like threw a little bit of white paint and add a little bit of paint at the shins and at the the toe and change the stripe chest. You know how the chest emblem is. I don't think he has the blue eyes like, you know, most Autobots do. And of course, I have mine tricked out with third-party upgrades, but I still think the decal looks a lot better on the 5-pack. I just think so. So overall, a rehash of everything we already had. I'm not now for myself, you know, because I know a lot of you, you know, getting your feelings, and rightfully so. You have a right to this. The money you're going to spend. I'm going to say this right now. You know, the 4-pack has grown on me, of course, because of Horrible. And I do want the Ultra Magnus. I do want the Ultra Magnus. I want the Nemesis Prime. The bumper, like I said, auxiliary Autobot, never really go on the shelf. But I still want him, you know, because like I said before, we're going to go in depth with Bumper right here, right now. You know, he's got the chest. You know, it's not the Mazda, but it's closer to the Mazda than it is to the Volkswagen Beetle. Therefore, Bumper, this is really was made for Bumper all along. And I had a feeling when I kept saying that, I caught on to that. But you know, everybody's always going left instead of going right. How about come center down the middle and actually pay attention to what they just did to you? So they couldn't get the they didn't want to get the rights to make the, you know, Choro Q, which would have been better. So make it angular shape. Now you can do Bumper and pretend like you weren't going to do that. Now you know, regardless of what happens, you're going to get the maximum use out of this mold, because what's going to come next? Cliff Jumper. What's going to come next? Another repaint. Maybe for once, let's get a glyph over here. Why are we not getting a glyph? I have no idea. The Ultra Magnus in this pack, I would love for third party to make like a little Ultra Magnus armor upgrade like they did Fans Project. Very similar to that of the 2007 release of the same from Target, their version of the Classics Prime in the Ultra Magnus, you know, white cap colors. And of course, Fans Project gave us that. So will history repeat itself? I don't know. But if it does, I want to be there and not have to worry about all of a sudden a toy going from $15 at everybody's mom and pop store. Now hearing about it being upgraded, we're going to charge you $100. And Horrible, of course, that's more of a Japanese thing for me, Master Force. And hey, it's a Nemesis Prime. Animated Prime is a great mold. Hey, why not? Now, let's talk about the rest of the sets. I don't care for the War for Cybertron stuff. Like I said before, the only mold I have of the Megatron is the Flame mold, and that thing is a thing of beauty. I have the original Optimus Prime. The Sideswipe is not showing me any difference. I mean, no mold changes really. Just having the cell shading on the window and nothing else. And the little vent things that they try to make the chest look more like him, it's like an afterthought. It doesn't really mesh well with the clear kind of like headlights. That was bad. He still has the white, you know, missile looking launcher. It doesn't really launch. I do have third-party upgrades on my Kingdom Sideswipe with a you know, non-NEF missile launcher and the JRC spoiler kit. I do have a video for that. I might link that in the description. And lastly, the Wheeljack. Like I said before, if you don't have a Wheeljack and you want a more animation deco and you don't want to get the 5-pack version and you want something that looks like the 5-pack version, I would go with this one. Honestly, Earthrise, Kingdom, and the Netflix Wheeljack I don't like because of that, you know, tannish, you know, color. So this is a lot better. You get the stark white. So of course, even repro labels might give you a fix to make yours look more like the 5-pack. Either way, I think you can't go wrong. And third-party upgrades that are out there, which give them the longer looking wing things and stuff, and a better shoulder cannon to make them look even more G1, are there available for you. So overall, I think a lot of it's going to be lackluster for some. Some of it's going to be utility. I won't say this is terrible or horrible, because there is a lot of use for people that need these. And I know I went on and on and on, and I probably shouldn't, but hey, it's just, it's Saturday morning. I got videos to make. So what are your thoughts? Leave them down in the comments below. This is Super Robot Ed, bringing more news, reveals to them. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.